Hey, what's going out there, everybody? This is Sammy Leggy here, representing Team JVS, here to give you guys another movie review straight from Tribeca 2023. I had the honor of being able to go to Tribeca this year in New York, and I got to talk about this horror thriller that I got to see called You'll Never Find Me. Now, I'm going to say this off rip. I had no preconceived notions about what this movie is. And I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Um, and yeah, this was insane. This movie, um, I kind of was like, what am I about to get myself into? I didn't know because you have a main character, and he essentially is kind of like I'm not gonna say a recluse. Like he kind of Patrick really comes off as a person he just really doesn't want to do anything anymore. He just wants to have his solidarity in his cabin, and this whole entire time this happening, it's taking place in the cabin, and all of a sudden he gets a knock on his door, and it's just a random young girl there, and he doesn't know why she's there. He never recognized her. He never seen her before. He just knows that she's there, and it is freaking him out. Like he's kind of like, what are you doing in my home? But he's doing everything he can to try to, be a good host and trying to help and trying to encourage. And dude, it's just a creepy thriller, man. I got the honor of being able to go and actually talk with both directors in Josiah in Indiana, and they kind of were letting me know behind the scenes, like they had such a great time letting the audience gauge what is real, what is not, who's a threat, who's not. And by the end of the movie, man, you're gonna be thrown for a loop no matter what. Some amazing acting going on with the main lead cast. Brendan Rock playing the role of Patrick, like he's the perfect older gentleman that you don't really know. You're kind of like not necessarily rooting for, but you're like, okay, this is a bad situation. He needs to figure out how to deal with it. Jordan Cohen does an amazing job as well with their performance, and there's a couple others, but it's really just Jordan and Brendan, and you don't really know how this is going to pan out, but you're hoping for the best. Best thing I can say. But yeah, this was one of those ones that I was like, man, this is a great horror movie because you don't know what genre type of horror it is. You don't know if it's like, man, this older guy is like being set up. You don't know if it's a situation where, who the visitor is. It's like, it's their story. You don't know whose story it is until a certain point. And I love that. Like, I really did love like how they shot it. Like a lot of the scenes were in the dark or in a cabin. Sound mixing was amazing because the sound was very much so reminiscent of like the creepiness, and the atmosphere was just so insane that you didn't know how this is going to look. And I think when it gets to the midway point, when like I think the lights start to go out, it gets very nail biting. Like I was kind of like this, and I didn't know because I didn't know what kind of movie this was. And so I love how they set the atmosphere, how they edited it, how they processed it, even how they paced it, and even like the punchline, like not necessarily the twist, but where the story goes. This is a very good freaking film. Highly recommend you go and check out You'll Never Find Me. This is easily an A- in my book. One of the better films I've seen out of Tribeca. But I'll talk to you guys later. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell button. And again, highly recommend you go and check it out because, yeah, I got to talk about it. I want to talk more about it, but I can't say anything. So we'll talk soon. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell button. Peace, guys. Thank you so much. Filing out the top of I can see the skyline, 50 mile radius on my timeline. Ain't nothing on my mind. Oh, Lord.